So we're going to take the bed off this truck, put new brake lines on it. The easiest way. I had just going to throw the bolts. Yeah, that's how I had it. I'm going to throw the bed bolts right back in the bed there. You think what?
This little airbag system
Yeah.
they got, pretty expensive. Derek had it.
Still setting it? Yep. Be just like that one I did for Rich. That's them $500 lines right there. You know? Good.
I gotta go one more.
So what we're working on here is a 2007 Chevrolet 2500. The other one that I did was a 2006 GMC. But what happened to it was these fuel lines, these two fuel lines right here. So you got the pressure and return. They're not pressure and return. You got suction and return. This has got a fuel pump up on the engine. But these two lines will rot down in here where they go underneath the cabin and make a 90-degree turn. And they're quick couple on both ends. And you can see how rusty this sending unit is here. And we're going to show you how to fix that. But the other problem we have is we got brake fluid running out of it. I mean running out of it. You see it all down here underneath of the truck. This one ruptured underneath of the truck. Most of them that I've seen, they break right here by these clamps. And they're behind the fuel tank. And the only way to put them on right is to take the bed off the truck. What we did with this one was we bought a brake line kit. So you get every brake line for the entire truck. They come like this, and then what you have, this is the one that you're looking at right here. What you have to do is you take this and you straighten this out and you run it all the way down up underneath of there. And we got the rubber hoses. We've got all the individual lines that goes across the rear end housing. Every line on this truck comes in a kit. So we're going to get all these lines changed. And then when we get all that done, we're going to come back and we're going to show you, if you've got one of these and you fill your truck completely full of fuel and it starts leaking fuel out, probably one of these two hoses right here, the suction and the return, is what's bad. Because the tank itself is plastic. But I take them off of there and I'm going to show you how I fixed the last one about a year ago. and it's doing fine. And I didn't buy them hoses because these hoses, these two lines right here, are somewhere around $400. So this kit is a stainless steel brake line kit, and it does not come with all of these rubber hoses for the front, for the rear, and all of that. You have to buy all them individually. So all these are bought individually, but all of these lines, they go from the front and all over the place, and then the ones you've seen back there that go to the rear axle, they all come in a kit. But you'll see here, shipping bins. So they bent this tube so they can ship it. Same way with this one. See, they bent the tube so they can ship it. You have to straighten those out. But all the lines for the whole truck, stainless steel, they're all in a kit. So, but just to let you know that. So you can see there that it's a Napa preformed brake line kit, and all of them brake lines come in this one box, except for the rubber, hoses. I'm going to show you these brake lines while we're here. First thing I did though was I made me a little drawing of where all the brake lines go from the master cylinder, right front, left front, so that you don't get goofed up when you put them back on there. Comes in pretty handy, especially if you have a question, because when you get down on the frame, they're all laid out. So when you look up in here, you'll see where they all lay in these holders. 1, 2, 3, 4, all in order. And they go all the way down to the back, and they go all the way up to the front, and they're all in order. So when you take them off, you know, you're gonna have to get them all off of there at one time. This one here is a little bit of a burger. It comes down here and it goes all the way over to the right front wheel. It goes across in front of underneath of the radiator there. We took that shield off the bottom. We took this wheel tub out of here. Just, you're not going to do it if you don't take them out. It doesn't take that long to take them out. So here you're going to see all the brake lines and the brake hoses that we took off of this truck. And some of them fell apart in our hands when we took them apart. Like this one right here. You can see where it just busted right in half when we took it off. I mean, they're just so rotten. There's another one right there. You can see how rotten it is. But if you're going to do it right. The other thing I was going to show you was, you see this line right here. What I did was I've cut that off because a line wrench wouldn't get it out. So if you cut it off, you can use a 6-point socket, put a 6-point socket on there, and then get that, you know, it'll take it right off. If not, tap on that socket a couple of times and shake it loose. And once you get it shook loose, then it should come out. You can see all the little pieces I've got laying down here where I've used them to plug up the lines when I take all the lines off and then start back putting all the lines back on in order. So use them little plugs to keep the dirt out of wherever you're putting the lines back on. You can see in here where we've ran all new rubber lines, all new steel lines, and it's the whole truck. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back. We're waiting on parts. When we get the fittings for this, we're going to show you how we do them. Not necessarily the way you want to do it. You do it any way you want to do it, but I'm going to show you how we do it. So when we get all them parts, then we'll show you how that's going to work.